Hey everyone, this is Cindy with Monarch Mom DIY. Thank you so much for joining me today on my channel. Today we're going to make a farmhouse DIY using these items from the Dollar Tree and Walmart. If you're here for the first time, I hope you'll go ahead and subscribe and hit that bell so that you will be notified every time I upload. So this tall love sign is from the Valentine collection this year at Dollar Tree. However, for each season and holiday, they have some sort of hanging wood sign that would also be usable for this project. Once you remove the galvanized heart, you can go ahead and take a little sandpaper and sand down that spot where the glue was. I was just being lazy, so I didn't do it, but you of course can if you'd like. I'm not sure if you saw, but I took some hot glue and filled in the little holes where the hanger was and then scraped the excess off. Next, I'll take my Waverly chalk paint in the color white, but of course you can use any color you choose, and I gave it 2 good coats to completely cover the especially red lettering on this sign. And this time I did go ahead and just fill in the grooves as well. You will need a total of 30 of the Jenga style blocks that Dollar Tree carries to complete this project. You will glue together 2 rows of 10, 2 rows of 3, and leave 4 by themselves. I used E6000 for this and then had to let them sit for 24 hours to be completely dry. You could probably also use hot glue or the super glue fix-all that they sell at Dollar Tree. While my blocks were drying and my white paint is already dry, I'm using the same technique to apply my words to my sign. You can print these out on a computer and then scribble pencil on the back. And then when you flip it over and trace on top of your sign, it will leave a pencil outline, as you'll see me do here. I'd love to know some other sayings that you would like to see on some DIYs for this spring. You can leave those in the comments below for me. As I've said before, I absolutely love these paint markers from Walmart. They are the Painter's brand, and they do come in fine tip, ultra fine tip, and I think a bold tip. I'm just using the regular fine tip here to outline the pencil lines now and add my wording to my sign. I'm so thankful that I learned this technique. Even though I sometimes freehand on my signs, it's just nice to know that the possibilities are really endless using this technique. So there's the word blessed. What do you guys think about how this turned out? I absolutely love it. Once blessed was dry, so I wouldn't smudge it with my hand, I'm using the same technique now to do the word simply in a different font. Now that my rows of Jenga blocks are dry, I'm mixing a little Waverly chalk paint in the dark brown color called Truffle, and I'm mixing it with some water so it's more of a wash look. I kind of wanted this to look like a dark brown stain, but I do not like the smell of stains. So this was my way around that, and I think it turned out really nice. While those are drying, I'm going to add my little floral wreath to the side of my sign. I just grabbed a roll of painter's tape to trace around with a pencil to give myself a circle to work with. And these lavender picks are very pretty. I found these at Walmart this year. I wasn't able to find the dusty looking flower picks at Dollar Tree yet, so I got 2 of these and it was more than enough to do this project. I just cut off little pieces, and then as you can see, I'm hot gluing them one at a time, kind of overlapping them as I go around the circle. You can make this as sparse or as full of a circle wreath as you would like. Okay, once my wreath is done and my Jenga blocks are dry, I'm going to glue them now to the outline of my sign. As you can see, they don't match perfectly, so I'm leaving a little bit of space at the corners, and you'll see what I do to cover those up in just a couple minutes. So I'm gluing these rows of blocks so that they're flush with the back of the sign, which will give this sign a raised 3-dimensional frame all the way around. And I forgot to paint my last 4 Jenga blocks when I painted the rest, so that's what I'm doing here. Now, if you like the look of the open corners, go ahead and leave your sign that way. If you want it to be more filled in, I'm going to put these 4 blocks at an angle to add a little more dimension and just to make that brown frame go all the way around. So once I place these where I want them, I'm going to hot glue them on each corner. And for the last step, I am going to add a piece of jute twine across the back that can be used as a hanger if you want. I'm going to make it short though, so that when it hangs, you don't see it behind the sign. And here's the finished product. I absolutely love how this turned out. What do you guys think? Have you seen my other spring farmhouse decor DIYs? I'll link them here so you can check them out. Again, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you in my next farmhouse decor DIY.